Hey, what's up, studs? Ryan here, or MandRproductions, and welcome to Ask MandRproductions, episode 112, the series where I answer your questions. If you guys have any questions that you want potentially answered on next week's episode, you can leave them down in the comment section below, and if you enjoy these videos, as always, put a like on it. So, let's get started with our first question from Jeppe12. He says, have you heard about the leaked Star Wars Rebels sequel coming at the end of this year? You mean A New Hope? But yeah, I've heard the rumblings about it. I don't really have a big interest in it. I'm sure I'll probably watch it, but like I don't know anything about it at this point, so I can't really give too much thought to something like that. I'm more focused on the Clone Wars and the Mandalorian right now. Rex3412 says, what do you think about the Red Sox trading Mookie Betts and David Price? I don't really care about David Price, but I'm just glad I didn't buy that Mookie Betts jersey about a year ago when I was going to, so that worked out well for me, I suppose. But yeah, it's kind of bad when you get rid of your best player, so that's the way I feel about it. It kind of sucks. Elk712 says, would it be weird to play your video and kiss the screen? I know you asked this hypothetically, but I can't help but think you've already done it, and yes, that is very, very, very weird, and please don't do that. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but like, why? Jason says, where is the weirdest place you have seen Lego or bought it? So I think the answer to this has to be the little shop in downtown Melbourne, like my city, whatever, just a bunch of like shops. And there was this little store that my brother found. This was only like a month ago too. And they were selling Lego there. And I was really surprised to see that. Other places I buy Lego are all normal, like Target and Walmart, Dollar General, occasionally, maybe, if ever. Like I've seen it there though, you know what I mean? So I can't really think of a weirder place than the little shop in downtown Melbourne that I have stumbled into some Lego to be able to buy. If you guys have ever found Lego in a weird place, maybe leave it down in the comment section below. Maybe that'll be the pinned comment for this week, but that's the weirdest place I can think of that I have stumbled into Lego. Sanchez's Lego Talk says, question, what is the worst Star Wars theory you ever heard? I think it's got to be the Jar Jar Binks theory. As much as I really like and subscribe to that theory, it's really dumb. Like, let's be honest. Like, Darth Jar Jar Binks, as much fun as it would have been, is just a really dumb theory. Like, you're giving George too much credit for that one. But yeah, that's probably the dumbest theory I've ever heard. Although, to be fair, I've probably heard a lot of dumb theories, but those are the kind of theories that don't stick with you because they're just dumb, and why would you pay attention to them? So Thomas says, so I stopped playing with Legos when I got to middle school, and now I'm in college, so I am broke and can't buy them. After watching your videos, I was trying to find my old sets and trying to put them back together, only to find out my mom pitched them or threw them away. I had a pretty good sized collection of Lego Star Wars, so it was tragic. What would you do? I mean, there's nothing you really can do, right? Like, I mean, are you gonna like sue your mom? No, that's not gonna happen. Like, there's literally nothing you can do. I mean, you can be upset, you can mourn your loss, but like, I don't know, what are you supposed to do? What you can do literally is, like, you said you're in college and you're broke, like, obviously, you could probably spare $10 somewhere and buy like a microfighter, you know, get that Kylo Ren's microfighter or something. Like, start small, start to rebuild. Like, that's all you can do at this point. Like, you're not getting that old stuff back. It's gone. You gotta let it go. You gotta move on with your life from that, and you gotta start fresh. So get some stuff you like that's really cheap, poly bags, microfighters, battle packs, $20 lightsaber battles, and start to rebuild your collection that way. And Gray940 says, question for Ryan. I wonder who else the question would be for. What is expected to be with this year's Summer Wave? So I've done videos on this, but we'll talk about it a little bit here. We got like a Bark Speeder with ATRT, Anakin's Jedi Interceptor, AAT, Night Buzzard, AT, and General Grievous Starfighter. Those are the 6 known August sets. It's also heavily been hinted, rumored, kind of, not as like confirmed as those other 6 sets, that there will be a Razor Crest somewhere in there as well. 3 of the sets have been canceled though, that we never knew what they were, so that's kind of unfortunate to hear, but we'll have to wait and see if more information comes out on that stuff, but probably won't happen. But those are the sets. Those 7 sets are what I expect to see like in the August wave, and they actually seem pretty decent. Oh, plus the Mandalorian brickheads. That one is looking really good too with the Baby Yoda. So it actually seems like it's going to be a decent summer wave. Definitely not the best summer wave, but probably also not the worst summer wave. Like, I think there'll be a little something for everybody, and I think that's what will kind of matter about this summer wave. I think that's the way you can kind of spin it and look at it in a positive light. As much as a lot of people wanted there to be a lot more Clone Wars, I think also having something for everybody works well too. That being said, I haven't seen pictures of the sets, and they could just be all terrible, so we should keep that in mind to keep our expectations low there, and maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised. But I think the General Grievous Starfighter will be the most overpriced set of the summer at $80, and it's going to be probably smaller than the 2010 version, which, you know, don't hold me to that, could be bigger, but, you know, the way LEGO goes with these things, they usually are downsizing, or at the very least they would keep the same size, but even then, the set shouldn't be $80. So that one's going to be the most overpriced set, and therefore I think it would also end up being the least popular set. The set with the best minifigs might end up being the Bark Speeder with ATRT, at least for Clone Wars fans. I think that one has a high potential for really good minifigs, unless Phase 2 Cody comes with that Grievous Starfighter. If that ends up being the case, then we are in luck. But I don't really have much else to say on the LEGO Star Wars summer sets that I haven't already said within my rumor videos, so you guys can check those out on my channel if you want to. Austin says, Ryan, do you sing in the shower? Be honest. No, I don't sing in the shower, but I spend an unhealthy amount of time usually on like Reddit in the shower. I don't know why, but like I'll just bring my phone in the shower. Obviously I'll keep it out of the water, but like I'll just scroll through Reddit. I don't know why I do that, but that's kind of what I've gotten into the terrible habit of doing. Toby Diabetes says, for someone visiting Florida for the first time, what is a must-do in your opinion? So obviously Florida's a really big state. There's a lot you can do in Florida. There's St. Augustine, there's Orlando with Disney and everything. So I would, if you're asking me, I would recommend going to Disney Springs in Orlando because they have the big LEGO store there, and that would be something you would probably be interested given that you're watching this channel. So that would be a must-do for a LEGO fan. There's the Kennedy Space Center. You have all the Tampa stuff. You have Miami, the Everglades, the Florida Keys. Like, it's an impossible question to answer because it's so big and you can't like go to all these places because they are pretty far away because Florida's a pretty big state. So from a LEGO perspective, definitely try to hit the LEGO store, at least the one in Orlando, but there are some other ones in the state, Tampa, Jacksonville, 4 in Miami. So if you could go to any of them, that'd be nice. I actually went to the Jacksonville one last weekend. It was really nice. I really like the exterior aesthetic of that store. So props to LEGO for putting together a nice store up there in Jacksonville, but that would be the must-do in my opinion, is the LEGO store in Orlando. Although Legoland, I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of the Legoland Florida experience. It's just not for me, but if you're into that, that might be a thing on your list as well. Ingrowl says, what would be a good 2v2 battle pack, and do you think they're good or will they ever come back? Dude, if 2v2 battle packs were to come back for LEGO Star Wars, it would be like when Toby returned on The Office.
Great practical joke, Jim. Got me go to the annex. No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
JK Does Things says, what's your favorite walker? That's one of my favorite part of Star Wars, the walkers. This one doesn't even take a second of thought. It's the AT-AT. The AT-AT is my favorite walker in all of Star Wars, including the LEGO sets. I can't imagine another LEGO walker set being better than the AT-ATs to me. It's just the ultimate Star Wars walker. It's big, it's epic, it's slow moving, but it has really cool sounds with it. Of course, the Battle of Hoth probably played into that as well for me. So AT-AT, definitely my favorite Star Wars walker. AT-ST may be a second place there, and then from there, it's kind of a hodgepodge. Maybe the AT-RT, maybe the AT-M6. No, I'm kidding. AT-M6 is just a AT-AT copycat. Josiah says, do you have an end goal with working out, six-pack extra? I just want to get in better shape. I don't know. I just want to get stronger. I want to like have some defined muscles. Six-pack would be part of that, I guess. I want to be able to play basketball better. I would like to be able to dunk. I'm like 5'11", so I don't know how feasible that is, but like I've seen shorter people dunk, so I know it's not impossible. I didn't like sit down and write out goals or think about it that much. I was just like, I want to start going to the gym and working out a lot more, and that's what I've been doing. I've been going Monday, Wednesday, Friday to lift weights, and Tuesday to play basketball, and Thursday I play softball, so I've been having some good weeks lately. A&R says, what are the usual periods of LEGO clearance, Walmart, Target, etc.? Usually you're going to find the best LEGO clearance either after Christmas or at some point during the summer. It can happen at other times, but those are going to be the two primary times if you're trying to find LEGO clearance that you may find the best deals. It's like 2 weeks in a row where my camera battery has died mid-filming and I had to get the second one out. I'm glad I bought 2 camera batteries, so it has been a godsend. The Brick Cave says, when do you graduate from college? Hopefully never. Yeah, hopefully never. I'm not in school right now. I don't want to go back to school. If I ever had to, I would, right? Like if YouTube failed, but like when do I graduate from college? Hopefully never is my answer to that. If YouTube wasn't a thing, or if I had gone away to college, in which case I probably wouldn't be here right now talking to you guys, I would probably be graduating in like 4 months from now or whatever. So that is kind of like the alternate universe life path for me, but that didn't happen. Merge says, do you have any tips for Old Brown? I got the Ewok Village set last week and roughly 30 pieces broke and cracked. I saw on your Instagram that your brown clip piece broke. Do you have any ways I could fix a broken piece? Thanks. So as you can tell, it breaks. Like if you snap a Lego piece in half, it is snapped in half and it's not going back the way it ever was. You could always try to glue the pieces back together with super glue, but the realistic option is to just purchase the parts on Bricklink to fix whatever you have broken. That's just the way it is. I mean, it's broken, right? Like there is no fixing that for Lego. It's not like maybe a piece of wood, like a giant piece of wood where you can just kind of get some wood glue and put that back together, maybe some nails or something. Lego doesn't work like that. So you really have to just buy new parts or contact Lego customer service and see if they will send you new parts, because the Lego brown pieces or the reddish brown are very notorious for cracking. You probably shouldn't have trouble getting them replaced as long as they are still in production with Lego. As far as preventing your Lego pieces from cracking, I'm not exactly sure what causes it, but if you don't want your like old reddish brown pieces to crack or the maroon red pieces to crack, because those are like the two most common pieces that crack, under no circumstance after like 2 years do you try to pull those pieces apart ever. Like just leave the parts, you can dust them, but just do not take them apart from what they are already attached to, because they will probably crack in that case. Again, I'm not sure what causes their frailness or their brittleness over time. Maybe if you're leaving them in a dry, not very humid environment, that just kind of happens, but I'm not really sure. Ryan says, were you a good student in school? So I guess there's two ways to look at this. I wasn't a troublemaker at all. Like I was respectful. Did I do my homework all the time? No. like I didn't do that all the time. So was I good? Yes, in some ways, no in others. But like I passed all my classes, wasn't a big deal. But yeah, just, you know, didn't do all my homework, didn't get straight A's or anything, but you know, C's get degrees or something like that. And that's gonna do it for this week's episode of Ask M&R Productions. It was a bit of a short one, but I hope you guys did enjoy it anyway. Keep your eye on the channel this weekend. New York Toy Fair is happening probably Saturday morning. There may be some new videos on my channel as soon as I can get them out with Lego Star Wars Summer 2020 news. I mean, things are going to be happening very, very fast. I'm going to try my best to keep you guys up to date on the latest info, so make sure you have your notifications on for that if you don't already. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week in episode 113. Leave your questions down below.